Good evening and welcome to Icu Tv main news. We take a look at the top stories making headlines. Zambian government seeks to identify Lungu's body. Government refutes claims of butane rejection by Parliamentary committee. Tobacco farmers sues government over 1.6 million kwacha seizure. In international news, Gaza death toll surpasses 60,000 as calls for end to war intensifies. In sports news, Muzala Samukonga ranked world number 2 in 400 meters sprint. Presenting the news, I am Yamba Margaret, and now the news in details. The Zambian government has requested the Lungu family to allow identification and authentication of the late former President Edgar Lungu's body, currently kept in funeral parlour in South Africa. In a letter dated July 29, 2025, Attorney General Mulilo Kabesha, who is representing the government in the matter, proposed that the process to be conducted on any day between now and Friday, August 1st, 2025, at a time convenient for all parties. The request was described as necessary and respectful step to bring clarity to a matter of both public and personal importance. Kabesha warns that the failure or refusal to provide consent would compel the government to question the bona fides of the Lungu family's position and seek further relief from the South African High Court. The move follows a June 25 court order which restricted the viewing and inspection of the body to the Lungu family and designated individuals. Government refutes claims of Bill 13 rejection by Parliamentary committee. Chief Government spokesperson Cornelius Mwito has dismissed claims published by Daily Nation suggesting that the Parliamentary Committee on Lands and Agriculture has rejected Bill 13. He clarified that the committee has not made such a pronouncement and that the bill remains under review. It has not yet been returned to Parliament for debate or formal recommendations. Mr. Mwito said the Daily Nation report was premature and misleading as it attempts to preempt the outcome of the process still ongoing within Parliament. He further noted that the newspaper coverage of the matter still under committee consideration violated parliamentary rules regarding the reporting of debates and proceedings.
We who are in government are part of the mosaic of the Zambian fabric. We are one people, we live together. So when a particular item has been brought, such as a bill, before Parliament, and there is feedback from the citizens, we get to hear it because we are part of the citizenry of this country. And there, the feedback that is coming out of various stakeholders and individuals relating to Bill 13, relating to proposed amendment of the Lands Act, is part of the consultative feedback coming from the citizens. And that bill is presently before the National Assembly, which has been receiving submissions from various stakeholders. And so, when stakeholders speak to the bill through the Committee on Lands and Natural Resources, and Agriculture and Lands, which is receiving those submissions, and also other stakeholders are speaking from outside Parliament. This whole spectrum.
Tobacco farmers sues government over 1.6 million kwacha seizure. A tobacco farmer in Vubwi district, Eastern Province, has sued the Zambian government over the alleged unlawful seizure of 1.6 million kwacha during a night raid on his farm. Chishala Chilufya claims that on June 12, 2025, a group of state operatives, including Drug Enforcement Commission officers and intelligence personnel, conducted an unannounced search on his Sindamisele farm without presenting a warrant. The funds seized were reportedly intended for payments to fellow farmers. Chilufya has named two officials, Lewis Mfula of Zezwe Police Post and Memphis Mudenda, District Intelligence Officer, as being part of the operation. He also alleges that the raid was carried out by unidentified armed individuals who caused damage to property. The farmer says his farm has since been abandoned, leading to the looting of maize, tobacco, and theft of equipment. He is seeking the return of the funds and compensation for the damage caused. We now take our first set of commercials. Stay tuned for more news.
Welcome to the Zambia Research and Development Center, an institution dedicated to national development through capacity building and community development. Established in 2007 by a group of professionals and lecturers, ZRDC has since become a hub of research and innovation in the country. Registered with the Ministry of Home Affairs under the Registrar of Societies, ZRDC pursues cutting-edge research to address pressing social and economic challenges. Get involved. ZRDC engages in activities that stimulate international collaboration, promote knowledge sharing, and make research expertise available to decision makers. Our mission at ZRDC is to foster innovation and capacity building for national development. We believe in addressing poverty and underdevelopment through institutional and capacity building, human empowerment, and gender participation. In our quest to foster innovation and capacity building for national development, ZRDC launched the ZRDC University Sponsorship for Capacity Building and Development Program to facilitate knowledge advancement among ZRDC researchers and those intending to join the research community. Qualified Zambian citizens can pursue education at credible universities in Zambia with guaranteed prospects of joining the ZRDC research community. ZRDC engages in industrial and technological research, covering research development and innovative investigations to drive dynamic industrial development at national and regional levels. Join us at the Zambia Research and Development Center as we continue to innovate, empower, and shape a brighter future for Zambia. ZRDC, fostering innovation and capacity building for national development.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. To continue with the news in our local stories, Zambia targets 3 million tourists, eyes on 1 billion boosts. Zambia is aiming to attract 3 million tourists in 2025, with the tourism sector projected to generate over 1 billion in revenue. This follows a record 2.2 million tourist arrival in 2024, the highest in the country's history. President Hakainde Hichilema says sustained growth in the sector will position tourists among Zambia's top 4 economic pillars, contributing to diversification, job creation, and increased foreign exchange. He was speaking during a meeting with private sector players led by Protea Group chairperson Mark O'Donnell, focused on removing barriers to achieving the 2025 targets. Meanwhile, Mr. O'Donnell praised government efforts for attracting investment and highlighted Zambia's recent clarification by the US as one of Africa's safest destinations, a key advantage in marketing the country globally.
See why we are not moving certain things, what is needed in order to move those things, so that we can open up the sector for more growth. And the growth benefits are known. It's a story that we all know, jobs. A story that we know, more business opportunities, suppliers of goods and services. Into this sector, when it grows, more eggs will be consumed. More laundry activities will be basically exacted, so to say. there will be more food beyond eggs, vegetables, call it anything. There will be a tour guide, an extra tour guide employed because some tourist wants to go to a particular place. As you have heard from the sector themselves, they're in an expansionary mode now. So let us add more fuel to that expansion. And so we can also, number 3, have treasury income, which is much needed to support our free education policies, to support our CDF, to support, indeed, water and sanitation, health sector, our mini grids. By the way, Mr. O'Donnell and team today, we also want to include, we can checklist this, the issue of off-grid electricity. Because of the nature of your operations, there are sites that are off-grid. I think we should try and combine provision of off-grid supply of generation of energy, which doesn't just go to an operation direct, but to the area around. There could be a school, there could be a health center around.
Zambia seeks one-year extension of IMF programmer. Cabinet has approved a request to extend Zambia's Extended Credit Facility ECF program with the International Monetary Fund by 12 months, including the end date for October 2025 to October 2026. Chief Government spokesperson Cornelius Mwitwa said the extension is intended to consolidate the gains made under the current program and support the country's ongoing homegrown economic reforms. Launched in August 2022, the 38-month ECF program provides $1.3 billion in financial support to help Zambia restore macroeconomic stability and promote sustainable growth. Cabinet approved the request during its fourth meeting held at State House in Lusaka on July 28, 2025.
Of July 2025. So, the President of the Republic of Zambia, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, called for the 14th Cabinet meeting in the year 2025, on Monday 28th July 2025, at State House, to deliberate on policy and legislative matters. Cabinet approved the following. 1. Request for an extension of Zambia's Extended Credit Facility program with the International Monetary Fund, IMF, for an additional 12 months. Cabinet has authorized the Minister of Finance and National Planning to request a 12-month extension of the International Monetary Fund, IMF, Extended Credit Facility, ECF, supported arrangement, the program. The objective is to consolidate the gains achieved during the program period in 2020, the program period in 2025, and help support the ongoing homegrown reform agenda. The program was initially scheduled to conclude on 31st October 2025. The extension, if approved by the IMF Executive Board, will now run until 31st October 2026. The original 38-month program was approved in August 2022 with financial support amounting to United States dollars 1.3 billion. It was designed to restore macroeconomic stability, maintain investor confidence, and foster inclusive and resilient.
Zambia-Brazil business ties deepen ahead of October Investment Symposium. Zambia and Brazil are strengthening economic cooperation with a focus on agribusiness, infrastructure, and trade. A business and investment symposium set for October 2025 will connect Brazilian firms to investment opportunities in Zambia, especially through the Lobito Economic Corridor. During a visit to Apex Brazil, Zambia's finance and agriculture ministers presented Zambia's stable microeconomic outlook, strategic location, and investor-friendly policies. Finance Minister Dr. Stumbeko Msokotwane said Zambia is positioning itself as Brazil's long-term partner in Africa, while Agriculture Minister Ruben Ntolo emphasized Zambia's climatic capability with Brazil's agribusiness sector. Apex Brazil Business Director Ana Repeza praised the initiative, saying it aligns with Brazil's renewed focus on Africa under President Lula da Silva. She highlighted Zambia as a key regional hub for investment, innovation, and mutual growth. The Lobito Corridor links Zambia and DRC to Angola's Atlantic port through the Benguela Railway and offers vast potential in agri-exports, green energy, and regional logistics. The Zambian delegation included senior officials from the Presidential Delivery Unit, Ministry of Finance, Agriculture, and the World Bank, reinforcing the country's commitment to building resilient cross-border value chains. Chinese delegation explores 150 million university investment in Zambia. Minister of Education Douglas Siakalima has welcomed a delegation from China exploring the establishment of Minister of Education Douglas Siakalima has welcomed a delegation from China exploring the establishment of $150 million university in Zambia. The delegation, led by Professor Jiang Yong, Vice President of Seizure University, paid a courtesy call on the minister in Lusaka, where discussions centered around academic cooperation and investment in higher education. Professor Yong, accompanied by members of the Zambia Chinese Association, said the proposed university would focus on science and technology, enhance research capacity, and expand access to quality tertiary education. The initiative is expected to strengthen long-term academic and scientific collaboration between Zambia and China, in line with government's education sector expansion goals. You are still watching Icu TV main news. We take a short break, and coming up next is international and sports news. Stay tuned.
Welcome to Zambia, a land of breathtaking natural wonders and diverse cultures, home to the Victoria Falls, one of the 7 wonders of the world. Zambia boasts a rich cultural heritage, captivating wildlife, and a promising future. Zambia is a nation rich in both history and modernity. In the heart of Zambia lies Lusaka, the capital and largest city located in the southern part of the Central Plateau. Lusaka is one of the fastest developing cities in southern Africa. With a population of about 3.3 million, Lusaka is a center of both commercial and government in Zambia and connects to the country's 4 main highways, heading north, south, east, and west. Lusaka has several cultural facilities such as museums and galleries, which include Lusaka National Museum and Henry Tayali Gallery. The city also has several parks such as Mundawanga Environmental Park, Lusaka National Park, and Chaminuka Nature Reserve that offer visitors a chance to see wildlife up close. Within this dynamic city lies the Information and Communications University, ICU, a place where educational traditions merge with future-focused learning, a place where innovation and research thrive. With a commitment to providing industrial-oriented academic qualifications, ICU stands as a beacon of higher learning education in Zambia, serving over 5,000 students on both distance and full-time learning modes. But what sets ICU apart? It's our
Welcome back. In international news, Gaza death toll surpasses 60,000 as calls for end to war intensify. The death toll from Israel's ongoing war on Gaza has surpassed 60,000, sparking renewed global appeals from Palestinians for an end to what they describe as genocide. On Tuesday, the day the grim milestone was reached, over 80 people were reported killed due to Israeli airstrikes and starvation-related causes. Humanitarian conditions in Gaza continue to deteriorate amid continued military operations and aid restrictions. Calls for a ceasefire and international intervention has intensified as civilian toll mounts. While still in international news, Trump suggests Israel should oversee Gaza food aid, sparking criticism. President Donald Trump has proposed that Israel take control of food distribution centers in Gaza, drawing backlash from critics who argue the move would deepen the Israeli occupation and increase risks for civilians seeking aid. Speaking aboard Air Force One, Trump repeated claims disputed by the UN and aid agencies that Hamas steal food assistance meant for Gazans. He insisted Israel should manage the process more effectively, despite reports of Israel forces firing on the starving civilians. Trump says they want to preside over the food centers to make sure the distribution is proper, expressing trust in Israel's ability to handle the aid efforts. Humanitarian groups have warned that such a move could compromise neutrality and endanger both aid workers and recipients. In sports news, Muzala Samukonga ranked world number 2 in 400 sprint. Zambia sprint sensation Muzala Samukonga has climbed to second place in the latest World Athletics ranking for the men's 400 meters, marking a major milestone in his rapidly rising career. At just 22, Muzala has stunned the world with his blazing speed and restless drive, recently improving from third to second globally. His personal best of 4:43.74 seconds continues to earn him international respect and podium finishes at the Olympic Games, Commonwealth Games, and African Championships. His rise is not only a personal triumph but a proud moment for Zambia. Samukonga's success signals a promising future for the nation in global athletics. That sports item brings us to the end of our main news today. But before we go, a quick recap on the top stories that made headlines. Zambian government seeks to identify Lungu's body. Government refutes claims of Bill 13 rejection by Parliamentary Committee. Tobacco farmers sues government over 1.6 million seizure. In international news, Gaza death toll surpasses 60,000 as calls for end to war intensify. In sports news, Muzala Samukonga ranked world number 2 in 400 sprint. Thank you so much for watching. For more news updates, stay glued to our Facebook page at Icu Tv and our website at icutvzm.com. Good night.